Hello there. So today I want to go over this video clip rather, from Miley, Cyrus, and Joe Rogan. They're talking about marijuana and drugs and different things. And I think it's crucial. It's really important that we actually delve into it and understand the depth of this problem. I'm hearing people talking about this my whole life. Marijuana is bad. It's a gateway drug. All these different things, whatever it is, we shouldn't smoke it. But cigarettes are fine, just 18, and alcohol is fine, just 18 or 21 or whatever it is. And there's just, I think, a lot of things going on here that are people just don't understand. And I've been surrounded by these sorts of things myself personally. I've known a lot of people who did hard drugs and different things. And at the end of the day, there's a lot of stuff I think I have an understanding of that a lot of people may not have an understanding of, who haven't gone through or experiencing around all the same types of people I've been around and spoken to and all that stuff. So I want to actually express my view on this and actually go through what they're talking about. That my thing on this is basically, this is like the dream. You go back 20, 30, 40, I don't know, you go back to the 60s even. This is like the dream of, you want the mature adults to be talking about. You want the, what you consider to be, like, I imagine Joe Rogan and Miley Cyrus to a lot of people would be considered like the mature adults in this conversation. They have their drama, they have this and they have that, but when they're sitting there together having their conversation, people are probably looking at, think like, okay, this is a mature adult conversation. This isn't some immature person talking to a mature person, or vice versa, whatever. I think that they can both actually be mature people talking about something they're just ignorant about and having false views on also. So it doesn't even have to be mature, immature. But this thing, basically, as far as I'm concerned, is something that people would have dreamed, like, this is what a conversation of what mature adults should be having, or they'd like them to be having, when in my opinion it's actually not. In my opinion, it should be something different. So anyhow, without further ado, here's a clip, and then we'll delve right into it right afterwards.
Yeah, I don't think. I think if we're going to acknowledge the fact that all these things exist, cocaine exists, pills exist, marijuana exists, we should teach people how to do it right.
Yeah.
We really, I mean, you're leaving children. It's the same thing with sex, right?
Yeah.
We leave children to there's the information that they're going to get is from other kids.
Yeah.
And if you're learning about sex from another 14-year-old or you're learning about coke from a 14-year-old, that's not good.
Yeah.
Like we play this game with children where we try to pretend that, they live in a movie.
All right. Well,
Okay, so my first question from that is basically, what is a parent's job as a parent? Is it a parent's job to go through all the things that can children can stumble across and do that are bad, and try to teach your kids how to moderately do them, or is it their job to actually like do it in moderation and not like too much or something? I don't know, but or is it their job to teach them to lead happy, productive lives and actually do things in their lives that are productive and good and of value and of worth? These things seem to me like, the argument seems to me like people are just going to do them, okay? And being that they're just going to do them, we got to teach them how to properly do them. That's a bad argument. People are just going to do things. People are just going, if you leave them to their own devices, they're just going to rape, they're just going to murder, they're just going to steal, they're just going to do all these things. So therefore, let's teach them how to moderately do them. Let's teach them how to just moderately kill people. Like, not kill them all the way. Give them a chance to actually, like, go to the hospital and get themselves taken care of. Or not steal the most expensive thing on the shelf. Steal just, like, the next to most expensive thing on the shelf. Like, let's not, like, this is ridiculous. This is absurd. There's arguments to be made, I know, for marijuana and alcohol and all that stuff. I know. I'm not saying there aren't arguments to be made, but it's not a primary focus. Parents should be teaching their kids. They should not. He's saying sex, alcohol, and weed and coke. I mean, parents should be just teaching their 14-year-olds to be doing this stuff, basically, is from what I'm getting from this. It's like, this is absurd. This is ridiculous. We should not be okay with this in our society. The fact of the matter is, I think the only reason weed is looked on in a bad light is because it's been illegal for so many years and something that's been viewed and taught as a bad thing for so many years, where alcohol's not. And I do believe if weed was actually legalized and not looked at in a bad light, it would be the same as alcohol. It would be on the same level. But what about coke? Should coke also be on that level? It's like, I don't know. I don't think it should. As far as I know, coke's a drug that's dangerous and bad for you. And it's very addictive and not something we should get kids hooked on or teach them how to moderately do. And this is ridiculous. I think this is really bad. And I think we actually, if anything, should be teaching our children as parents what to be doing that's productive and healthy and good for their lives. Not, oh, well, I know you might find in your lives that you might come across this powdery stuff or this green stuff or whatever, and let me just show you how to do it in case you were to ever do it. Let's just properly here take a hit of let's the parent have the kid take the hit of the thing or the weed, and have them just take a little snort of the coke. I mean, why not? They might do it anyways. It's better I'm there to teach them how to do it, right? No, it's not. Okay, if your kid is at a place in their life where they're doing all these things, they're hooking up outside of marriage and they're doing all these things, something has gone wrong from you probably as a parent that's caused them to do it. Sometimes it's actually a mental craziness from the person. Sometimes there's nothing you can do about it. People are mentally unstable, chemically imbalanced, whatever it is. Those are far few in between, though. Those are much more rare. Most of the time, as far as I know, it's just divorce homes, which, yes, I think divorce is something that people... I see people celebrating divorce. Divorce is a tragic thing. Divorce is awful for the children. Everything with a marriage is supposed to be about the children. If you're celebrating your divorce, your destruction of the child's world is what you're doing over there. I that's just awful. And I think I don't think you're an awful human being. I think you just don't understand how awful it is what's going on here, and it's been so normalized. It's horrible and disgusting and gross. But yeah, we need to be teaching our children to be productive and to be good and to do good things and what's moral and what's right. Not teaching them, oh, well, they're just going to do them, so let's get them to actually know how to do these things better. Children are going to have questions. They come to you with the questions. You better have the answers. If they come to you to talk to you about snorting cocaine or smoking pot or drinking or whatever it is, you better have good answers. And if you're going to fail your children, you're not going to do good with your children, and they're just going to do it, as Joe Rogan said, well, that's because you failed as a parent to teaching them ways where they're actually going to be those children that are not just going to do it, which there are plenty of those as well. And yeah, that's all I got for that. Thank you. Like, subscribe, share. Join me on my Facebook group, America and Values. All the best. Thanks for watching.